Welcome back, everyone. So, if you've ever stared at a crypto or stock chart and just felt completely overwhelmed, you are in the exact right place today. We're going to completely flip how you look at day trading. We're taking it from the stressful, confusing gamble into what it actually is for the pros, a highly structured mathematical system of risk management. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have a crystal clear, no nonsense foundation for tackling the markets. Let's get right into it. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover the basics of day trading, the essential tools you need, and mastering trading psychology. Then we'll get into reading charts and trends, some advanced technical analysis, and finally, testing your trading strategy. All right, section one, the basics of day trading. Let's break down the mechanics and spot those market opportunities.
First things first, we gotta ditch the confusing jargon and the complex algorithms. At its absolute core, a market chart is really just a visual footprint of mass human psychology, totally driven by supply and demand. And honestly, this perfectly highlights the massive difference between traditional investing and day trading. Think about it. With investing, you might park your money and wait a whole year, just hoping for a 10 to 30% gain on your $100. But when we zoom in to a single day, that's where the high leverage setups live. In day trading, you could risk that exact same $100, but potentially walk away with a $341 gain in just a few hours. It's all about capturing those rapid intraday moves.
Now, this kind of rapid movement brings up a word that honestly terrifies a lot of newer traders, but it absolutely shouldn't: volatility. The biggest takeaway here is that volatility is not the enemy. In fact, it is exactly what we need. Volatility is simply those drastic, aggressive moves in the market caused by a tug of war between buyers and sellers. Right? When demand crushes supply, the price shoots up. When supply takes over, it tanks. That constant back and forth bounce, that's our bread and butter. That is literally what allows us to buy at one price and sell at a higher one, all before dinner time. Moving right along to section two, essential tools for traders. Let's get your setup dialed in. So before you can jump in and capitalize on all that volatility, you absolutely need to build out your digital workspace. There are three non-negotiable tools here. First up, TradingView. Think of this as your home base for charting and breaking down price action. Second, you need a trade execution platform. A lot of folks use Blowfin or Bybit for crypto, and TopStep is super popular for stocks. And third, and do not skip this, a trade journal to obsessively track your performance. Practically speaking, you'll usually have TradingView pulled up on one monitor to crunch the data, and your execution platform ready on the other side to actually pull the trigger on those orders. Which brings us to section three, mastering trading psychology. Get ready, because this is a total mindset shift. I want you to honestly ask yourself, does making money on a single trade automatically mean it was a good trade? This right here is the heart of today's explainer. It's the mental breakthrough that separates the consistently profitable pros from the guys who end up blowing up their entire accounts. Look, it's totally human nature to think, hey, I won. I must have done everything right. But if you made money just by blindly throwing cash at a random coin without actually containing your risk, you didn't make a good trade. You just got lucky. And the harsh reality is, if you rely on luck, you are literally one bad decision away from losing the whole shebang. To actually make it in this game, we have to completely rewire our brains. We grow up thinking that losing is always a bad thing, right? That being wrong means you failed. Well, in trading, that mindset is straight up fatal. Trading is absolutely nothing to do with being right all the time. Nothing. It is 100% about the math. It's about how much you make when you're right versus how much you lose when you're wrong. You really have to start viewing a tightly controlled loss not as some kind of personal failure, but just as a standard business expense. It's the cost of doing business to open up the potential for a massive win. The math in this is just wild when you lay it out. Let's say you take 10 trades in total, right? And you're super strict about your risk. Every single time you're wrong, you only lose exactly $100, no exceptions. Now let's say you take 7 losses out of those 10. Ouch. That's minus $700. But on your 3 winning trades, you follow your strategy and let those profits run. You make 5.2 times your risk on the first win, 2.5 on the second, and 3.1 on the third. Because those wins are mathematically so much larger than your capped $100 losses, you still walk away $380 in the green. And this is the ultimate mythbuster of day trading right here. You can literally be wrong 70% of the time. Let that sink in. As long as your risk is locked down and your average wins are significantly beefier than your losses, you are a consistently profitable trader. It totally takes the pressure off, you know? You don't need a crystal ball to be right on every single setup. All right, moving into section 4, reading charts and trends. Let's start visualizing all this data. Okay, so we've got the math and the mindset down. Now let's translate all those numbers into visuals. Instead of looking at a boring, squiggly line chart, professional day traders rely on candlesticks. You can chop these up into specific time frames, like, say, 5 minutes or a daily chart. A green candle simply means the price closed higher than it opened during that specific window of time. A red candle means it closed lower. And those little thin lines poking out of the top and bottom, we call those wicks, and they show you the absolute extreme highs and lows that the price hit during that exact time frame.
When you start stringing these candlesticks together, a story starts to form. You start seeing the trends. An uptrend is when the price is generally climbing, and it frequently bounces off this kind of invisible rising support level. That balance is where mass human psychology kicks in. The market decides, hey, this is a steal, and demand floods the market. Conversely, a downtrend kicks off when the price breaks below that support, and usually it pops back up to retest it before dumping even lower. By simply connecting the extreme lows of these candles, we can map out these invisible psychological levels and actually anticipate where the price is highly likely to pivot. Now for the fun stuff. Section 5, Advanced Technical Analysis. This is how we find the entry.
So, once you've nailed down the broader trend, you need specific tools. Think of them almost like cheat codes to pinpoint your exact entry while keeping your risks super tight. One of my absolute favorites is the Fibonacci retracement tool. When a market is pushing up in a strong trend, it almost never goes straight up, right? It pulls back, it breathes. The Fib tool measures these pullbacks. And what's wild is how predictably the price naturally pulls back down to the 61.8 level before rocketing back up. That 61.8, that's the golden ratio. It's a mathematical phenomenon you see everywhere in nature. Seashells, plant leaves, even human faces. And incredibly, it heavily influences human buying behavior in financial markets too. Another massive weapon in your arsenal is the fair value gap, or FVG. You see these pop up during really aggressive, high-momentum market pushes. Basically, we're hunting for a specific three-candle sequence. What you want to see is that the wick of the first candle and the wick of the third candle totally fail to overlap the body of that giant middle candle. It creates a literal gap on the chart, a straight-up imbalance between supply and demand. Now, the market naturally hates imbalances, so the price is super likely to get drawn back into the midpoint of that gap later on. So if we combine an overvalued signal with an FVG, we can actually target that midpoint for a precision entry and hide our stop loss safely right outside the gap. Bringing us home to Section 6, Testing Your Trading Strategy. It is time for execution. Let's tie this whole thing together. Before you even think about risking a single real dollar, you absolutely have to build and stress test a repeatable strategy. Step 1, observation. Start noticing market tendencies, like how often price respects that fair value gap we just talked about. Step 2, create your rule set. You need hard, fast rules for exactly when you enter and when you exit. And of course, locking in that risk to a set amount, say $100. Step 3, evaluate the outcome. TradingView has this incredibly cool bar replay feature where you can literally rewind the chart and play it forward in real time. You apply your rules to past data, and you meticulously log your win rate and your average profit in your journal. You basically have to mathematically prove to yourself that the system works before you ever go live. Okay, so once you do finally go live, you're probably wondering, how do I make real money if I'm only risking a tiny amount? Let's say your setup triggers and you want to buy $6,800 worth of Solana, but you still only want to risk your standard $100 if it hits your stop loss. Now, unless you just have $6,800 in cash lying around to tie up, you're stuck. Enter leverage. Leverage is absolutely crucial here. Using a 10x leverage account on a crypto exchange means you can control that entire $6,800 position by only putting up about $680 of your own capital. That is exactly how traders scale smaller accounts. They use leverage strictly to get the right position size, never to just blindly gamble. As we wind things down, there's a core philosophy from the original material that I really want to stick in your brain. The losses that you take are simply opportunity costs to be able to get into the market. It's so true. If you are ruthlessly following a back-tested process and your position sizing is identical every single time, making $4,000 on one beautifully executed trade makes a tiny, mathematically controlled $100 loss completely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Man, I really hope this explainer has totally shifted how you look at the markets. Hopefully you're moving away from that chaotic casino mentality and stepping into the shoes of a cold, calculated risk manager. You've got the mechanics, the mindset, and the math to go out and build your own bulletproof strategy. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Moving forward, are you going to treat your next trading loss as some sort of crushing personal failure, or are you going to see it as a calculated mathematical business expense on your path to mastery? Keep learning, keep testing those charts, and I will catch you in the next explanation.